Hello, hello, hello to all of my Pisces. This is Queen Amon Ra coming to you with your general reading, Pisces. We are now officially in the first quarter moon phase. First quarter moon phase is all about now taking some kind of action. You planted seeds of what you wanted to manifest during that 3 to 4 days after the new moon phase we had in Aries, which kicked off on the 20th. So this is a super new moon phase, like a huge reset button has been set. And so now it's time for you to take action. Now it's saying, okay, I planted these seeds. Now it's time for me to take action, right? You got your rest and all of that. And hopefully you make rest a part of your regular ritual. We're not talking about just sleep. We're talking about taking some time out for you to recharge, reset. Pisces, let's go. Talking to you if you have Pisces anywhere in your chart, not just your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, but anywhere in your birth chart, including your MCI or IC. All right, so somebody is still dealing with some energies that have been just draining for you. Pisces, be very careful with that. People who are draining you, they will drain the water right out of you. And our bodies are made up of almost 70% water. So in other words, they will drain the life right out of you. We're talking about both in your personal and your professional life. So you all are a highly creative sign. You all know that. You're the most compassionate sign in the Zodiac, Pisces. As compassionate as you are, stop letting people somebody is baiting you into some things. Some people on your job or in your personal life baiting you into some things. They warming up to you, but it's a setup. I'm telling you. So that setup will cause you to be frustrated. This right here, you're dealing with somebody who has several levels deep of demons, right? Different, like several generations deep of demons. And because you all are the most compassionate sign in the Zodiac, you may feel like, okay, I'm warming up to something. But just as sure as a rattlesnake, they will turn and bite you. So please pay attention. Sources like, okay, we got this fire right here. This Page of Wands. This is like a youthful energy. And so they may approach you, whether it's in the workplace or or even just your thoughts could be coming around. Could be anything could trigger something where you kind of warm up to an idea. It could be you're just in better spirits. You feel like you're getting your rest. You feel rejuvenated. You feel like you're in a good space and all of that. And you either see a text message, email, something from them trying to reach out to you, or third party information comes to you. Sources saying, just like this person right here is moving forward, looking ahead, not looking back. This should be your whole posture. I'm not looking back. Because if I get involved with certain energies, again, boiling hot water every time I think about certain energies. And so Source wants you to put that creativity towards flushing out off of your foundation. It's like, you got, let's say your foundation of bricks. You've already planted those seeds, right? Those are your bricks. I planted those bricks because I'm trying to build something here, right? And so something comes along to try to distract you. Let's say you're building something. You're building a house. Somebody comes along and they start to distract you. One minute they're warm. Hey, you building something? Well, what's going on? And they've already burned you in the past. Next thing you know, you're in an argument with them. Oh, you're trying to build a house bigger than mine, or look at your driveway. That's not the right amount of, that's not the right measurements, that kind of thing. And I'm using that, as a way of just explaining to you what I'm seeing here in the cards. Some kind of an approval for some money is coming across your path. And so Source is saying to you, I'm giving you at least 8 streams of income. So, first income is incoming information. So let's give me for an example. Let's say, for instance, somebody says, you know what, I'm looking for a new job, right? In your professional life, I'm looking for a new job. But in your personal life, you got some situations over there where a person is trying to bait you into something. You've already been burned by them before. You've already been drained, exhausted. They always got some stuff going on, right? But because the enemy is so crafty, the enemy will, not like the enemy. God is trying to tell you to move on regardless of what they got going on. Regardless. They can say anything from, they stubbed their toe on the side of the bed to they had death in the family. It can go from one extreme to the other. The whole purpose is that the enemy is trying to drag you back to something, right? And so, however it comes across, Source is saying to you, you could think it doesn't matter how much time has passed, Pisces. Source is saying they've already burned you in the past. Every time you think about certain energy, you drain, right? It's overwhelming. Source is saying to you, keep on moving forward. Use your fire for good use, right? Use that fire for good use. Also, in addition, what I'm also being called to tell you all is to pull your birth charts. Pull your birth charts. Find out exactly what your moon sign is, in particular Pisces, and what sets you apart from other Pisces, so that when you get stressed by certain energies who have a track record of burning you or burning you out, or you're not clear about what they're up to because they'll burn you over and over and over again, then you have something to do. That's your moon sign. You find out exactly what nurtures your spirit when you have to interact with certain energies. That's what's going to help you, because I do see a new opportunity coming across somebody's path in terms of, like, in a professional sense, opportunity, like some new inspiration to look for a new job or apply for a new position, and so more money is coming across your path. Don't fumble that ball because you got something going on in your personal life or somebody else's life. They got this stuff going on, and they are responsible for burning right through that opportunity for you, and you got to learn the hard way. A lot of people, that's how crafty the enemy is, because the enemy doesn't allow you to piece things together. Remember, it's all your whole universe. So something could be going on in your personal life that could affect your work life. Case in point, you have an argument with your significant other, you go to work, your whole day is thrown off, depending on what it was about. So that's what Source is trying to tell you, is that it can happen in any area of your life. It could be family members, whoever is draining you. That's going to be your test. That is going to be your test. God is trying to send more money across your path and new opportunities. And so just thinking about certain energies can be draining, where you don't even feel like getting out of the bed in the morning. So here we have the Eight of Pentacles. Again, we have the Three of Wands. We have the Ten of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, right? So we got the Eight of Pentacles twice. We got the 7 and 6 of Pentacles, right? So Source is saying to you, it's harvest time. Plant the seeds that you want to grow. Take some action towards growing those seeds. And even if you don't know what seeds to grow, you're saying to Source, some of the seeds could be, I want stable people around me, or thank you, God, for stable people around me. Thank you for secure people around me. Thank you for people that's vital to my success in my career, or vital to my success as I am to theirs. You want reciprocal energy. Thank you for sending compassionate people my way. Thank you that my past is behind me and I don't have to interact with it at all. And if I have to interact with my past, give me the strength to keep on moving forward and not physically or emotionally look back, because somebody is going through a rebirth. And you going through a rebirth, there have been people in your life that sat by and watched you like this as you were just depressed, sad, broke, busted, and disgusted in your spirit. And those are the energies that might try to resurface. And so those energies, giving a lot of thought to it, is mental sabotage, is self-sabotage. To even, this bondage is tight. None of it is tight. Not only that, look at all the swords around someone. You can literally, it's like tissue paper wrapped around somebody, but in somebody's mind, they're like bound by something that is just draining, could cause you to sweat and all of that stuff. So again, as a water sign, if you're sweating when you think about certain people at night, and you're like, okay, why? Or when you wake up and your sheets are wet, that's because God is trying to get you to detox certain energies out of your life and focus on putting that fire here. 2 and 3 of Wands, right? Plan a trip, go somewhere. You need a vacation. You need to be near some water, because again, you got new opportunities coming across your path, and you don't have time to stand around and look at, think about how other people saw you hurting and you crying, and they just sat back idly and just, had a Cheshire cat grin on their face. Source wants you to go ahead and turn off the water faucet. Turn off your water sign, turn off the emotion. You don't have any one way or the other. So let's see what else we got going on here. 8 of Cups, 10 of Wands, 3 of Cups. We have the 2 of Cups. We have the 10 of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords, and also the King of Cups. So The Ten of Pentacles lets me know that God really wants you to focus on your legacy. The beautiful thing about the moon being in Leo is that Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun illuminates the moon. So you have a clear idea of what your purpose is. Are you a healer? Are you a teacher? Are you a what are you? Right? What do you get, you feel like you're rejuvenated by when you're doing. Sometimes people will say, I'm a healer. It doesn't matter what your job title is, you would still be a healer if you're a healer. So source will send a lot of situations across your path. You're like, why God keeps sending all these super broken people across my path? Because you're a healer. Why do people keep sending people across my path who, need things that just seem obvious? They just need to use their logical mind when you get frustrated, because you could be a teacher, right? You could be an educator. So Source is going to keep sending practice across your path until you snap out of it and say, okay, this is what my purpose is. Okay, now if I stay in my light and I, so I do see somebody being booked and busy and not burdened, by anything, because you are crystal clear on what your purpose is. I see you being very wise. I also can see you continuing to be very compassionate towards things. Two of Swords came out. Two of Swords lets me know, just like the Eight of Swords, somebody was definitely, in denial about something, and it could have been something like deep denial about something in the past. And so now that the blindfolds have been removed, and how, people sat by and didn't help you, when you were going through things, or you were the black sheep, or you were the, people ran smear campaigns or were gaslighting. You're like, you know what? I'm leaving all of that behind. My heart is no longer cloudy. See how, you see this really not in view. The only thing that's in view is the heart, right? And so I'm leaving my heart back there. In other words, I don't have any emotions about it whatsoever. It was just that. For some of you all, certain things could have been just that hard, just that traumatic. I'm leaving my heart back there. I'm staying in my light. I need to focus on me and my healing first. So I do see soulmate energy coming across your path. Soulmate energy could just be a new best friend, right? It could be that kind of energy where you just feel like we are really connected. And I do see you being in a posture of gratitude because of it. So congratulations to you all, Pisces, like I said, for just staying in your light. That's going to be so important, because that's where the healing lies, in your light. That's where the healing lies. It lies in your light, and that's what Source wants you to stay in your sunlight, where you feel a lot more. You feel happier. You feel more youthful. You feel this childlike energy, just like on the back of this horse right here. It's like, somebody. This red right here is the color of your root chakra. I see exactly. I'm building under the sunlight, meaning that I see exactly where the cracks in the foundation are. I know exactly where all of this began. I know exactly where the denial began. It all starting to make sense to me now, right? Here we have the Five of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Five of Coins, the Ace of Cups, and also the Strength card. The Strength card. So again, this is where Source is saying to you to keep your pride and your arrogance at bay when you're moving forward, because you got a lot of great things happening as far as your legacy is concerned. And so remember, even if you're writing books about things, you can do it in such a creative way, because or writing songs or whatever you're doing for your legacy. You can do it in a way where it's actually helping people and it's not sensationalized gossip. Right, where now you got to share some of your earnings with somebody because here's a lawsuit. And, who wants to get wrapped up in all of that stuff when you can write something that's really helpful, that can be timeless, or you can write songs or books or whatever. Do something that's going to be timeless. Even reading cards, something can be timeless that long after you've transitioned, people can pull up your videos or read your book or whatever, that's going to help people, and not, everything is in shambles, right? So there's very creative ways of protecting your heart within healing through this process without coming across as continue to be hurt. Somebody may have felt left out of some things in the past, but you no longer feel left out of some things. Matter of fact, you feel like you're on the other side. You went from Five of Coins to Ten of Pentacles, which is Five of Pentacles to Ten of Pentacles. Whereas you felt left out of some things before, Source is like, you don't have to anymore. I left you out of that, on purpose, purposefully, because nothing was behind that door except a bunch of rubble, a bunch of lies, a bunch of, whatever. You thought, hey, people aren't inviting me to stuff. They didn't want me to be a part of stuff, that kind of thing. You may have felt, like I said, like the black sheep or ostracized, but Source is saying to you, I left you on the outside of that, where you felt like, you were rejected, people didn't want you a part of such and such. Because I'm picking up on, like, maybe between the ages of 0 and 7, somebody may have felt like started with some abandonment issues or something like that. But again, that could have carried on to other areas of your life. Bottom line is that you're working on your legacy, and Source is saying, please vet all the thoughts that's coming through your mind. Because every time you think about the energies that you walked away from, here we have the 5 of Swords to the 10 of Swords. You could think about it, and look back at how many people just stood around and just watch you be uncovered and vulnerable. Like, see this person that got the fan up in their face, in front of their face, but they're not racing over to help the person. They're not on the phone making phone calls. They're not running to get any help. So it's a lot of people that kind of stood around and watched things go down and watched things that happen. But again, for you, you're like, you know what, I'm moving on from it. I'm not getting down off of my throne for this. Here we have the Page of Swords. So the anxiety that somebody may be feeling about something, Pisces, definitely going away. But you got to remember, these chakras are developed in younger ages. When we're talking about your root chakra, developed between the ages of 0 and 7. This is where the money is, right? Your root chakra, stability, family, security. So there could have been people who you felt like you were left out of things even in your younger years. All of that transferred over to somebody's adult life, like teenage adult life and all that kind of thing. Then you got the sacral chakra between 8 and 14. Right, and then solar plexus 15 to 21. So you a lot of things were happening that Source is giving you an opportunity to rebuild your foundation through your legacy, using all of the things that could have happened in your life as a way, as a kind of like a building point of healing for you. So let's see what else we got here. So Source is saying, stay strong, stay in your light. Stay strong and stay in your light. Any energies that are, trying to distract you, like I said before, if you have to interact with certain people, Source is saying to you, you can just tell them straight up, we're not on the same frequency. We're not on the same. You don't have to get mad. You don't have to wait for somebody to try to project their negativity into you, because water is reflective. Remember, you're building a legacy. You're not trying. You've already been approved by God. So anybody that's trying to trigger you, one minute they seem warm, the next minute they're blowtorching you because you're not doing what they want you to do, Pisces. Doesn't matter whether it's in your personal or your professional life. You keep your legacy at the forefront of your mind. God has already approved me for multiple streams of income. Already approved me. I'm not looking for approval from human. I don't care if you don't like me, don't want to invite me to stuff. That's cool. Not a problem. I'm already accepted by God. I already have a legacy. So here we have deepening. Once you're on earth for enough lifetimes, Pisces, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping, detachment, and surrender. They bring peace of God. They bring the peace of God. Yep. So somebody is definitely on a deeper journey, deeper spiritual journey. Again, you're no longer interested in being invited to some certain family functions. You're no longer interested in being invited to certain work functions, because we're talking about time is relative. So you're not that person who's constantly looking for human's approval. Matter of fact, if it's a new job you want to go to, you're thanking God in advance that something perfect is coming along, something that is coming along for you. You're already approved for. You just got to tell God exactly what you want. Look at the bigger picture. That's right. Look at it from a higher frequency. Look at the bigger picture. Somebody is going to start learning that you don't have to match people's energy. Well, you know exactly what your purpose here on earth is. There are some things you don't want to go to because it would be triggering. It would be triggering. There's certain memories. When you start having memories, you'll hop right out of the bed and say, you know what, let me do something. And if it's in the middle of the night, let me do something that's going to help me get back to sleep. Or if it's time to wake up, Source is saying, let me just go ahead and hop out of this bed, because the more and more I sit here and think about it, the more drained I become. Connect with your womb. That means connecting with your passion. Connect with your passion. Like, how do you mother yourselves? That's why I talked about a birth chart. Find out what nurtures your spirit so that when you get stressed over some things, you have a clear picture of what your purpose is so that you don't lose it. That you don't lose it. And then, boom, that energy got you. Energy got you. Now, all of a sudden, they're the victim. You did something so wrong. Anyway, I am a leader. 28, I am a leader. In an effort to accomplish great things, you recognize the value of working with others. You make a capable and compassionate leader who can bring people together and drive a team toward achievement. 28 is your number. 28 reduces to 10. 10 is the number for instant manifestation. And when reduced to, then it reduces to 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. So it's just you and you, right? Source, you are source, right? So you can go by your past experiences on things. It's like, okay, it's time to get busy, starting to plan trips, go places, do things. Ask your spirit guides for a sign. That's right. If you need any signs, go directly to source, directly. Directly to source. Kindness. I am full of loving kindness. I am full of goodwill toward those around me. I am surrounded by warmth. I embrace all wholehearted kindness. I am grateful for generosity shared by others. My smile can make someone's day. I allow the kindness in my heart to run free. That is what I have for you, Pisces. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you all on Sunday. Bye.